They really are the most important concepts for this role right now. That's why ADCs that were in Diamond and Master like years ago are like struggling now. They're like, oh, I was Diamond once and now I can't even beat Plat. It's like, this is why. You know what's really funny? In Korea, Ezreal is picked like 41% of games, and simultaneously, Ezreal is winning 51% of games. He's picked 40. I'm going to say that again. 40%.
Yeah, of games. Yeah, that's crazy.
He's winning 51%. However, on EUS, this is a great little data point. On EUS and NA, Ezreal's a D tier pick, meaning when he's picked on these other regions, he's winning 20, or he's picked less and he's winning way less.
Yeah.
So that means that for whatever reason, Koreans are just bumping on like they are actually ping? I do think ping is a huge part of Ezreal. What's your ping?
70.
That's pretty bad for Ezreal, but like in general, yeah. I mean, EUS doesn't have bad ping though. I mean, not that bad.
Yeah, sure. Right.
NA will have some bad pings. You'll get like
70, sometimes it's 80.
I mean, yours not even the worst. Like there's people in West Coast that are getting higher.
True. Yeah, because I'm in Nevada, so I'm not quite the West Coast yet.
Yo, that's just wild though. He is bumping in fucking Korea. Like I mean, even ping though. Like you'd think there'd be enough idiots playing him to where 40%? He's in 41% of all games.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's
Platinum plus.
Cool. Yeah.
So you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me? Yeah. You mean to tell me that half the time there's an Ezreal in the game, Korean guy is actually functional with it?
This seems what the hell?
I know. Anyways, so be wary of a TF late invade. I would just guard the entrance. I don't want to get outscaled by Xayah. Remember, once you have the push, you should be trying to find damage. You see that autoing that minion is pointless. I would ping on the way and keep autoing. Ping on the way. You have two. Ping on the way. 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 Nice try. Yeah, I like it. Got heal. Oh, you got cleanse. You have cleanse.
Jesus. Yeah, I do have cleanse.
It's okay. Grab your refill. Yeah, it's a bit of an int. You played on the feathers too tightly.
Yeah.
I never want you to just like passively farm in a lane like this though. Now we're passively farm because we didn't get the kill.
Nice. Try and play the line.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's unlucky. I like the way you frame that, play the line. I might start using that. Okay. I imagine they have... I don't know if Xerath has flash or not. Sweet. He should have gave it. Yeah, it was a mistake. He always...
Fucking actions down here? What the
Yeah,
hell?
you guys are getting the bot lane bailout right now. Well, I guess it's the mid lane bailout. Roam to bot lane. You just get this under. I don't think I'm backing. I do want a tier, but I think I would shove the cannon wave first.
W the...
Yeah, I'd push. Now, cue the minions off reset, like the minions. You're never killing her. Keep autoing. You need to be more cheeky with your autos. Like you're playing like you don't know her auto attack range, and you do. So you need to fucking auto until she actually gets into auto attack range. There you go. No, I mean you just need to push. Don't auto her. I'm saying that when you're backing off the minion wave, it suggests that you don't know their auto attack range. Yep.
Oh.
You're all right. You're all right.
That's my dodges now. You know, I like to dodge down.
Yep, keep queuing. Use your pot now, though. I want you queuing off reset. Like, there should be no downtime on your queue. That's Ezreal. Spam it. Remember that whole win rate I told you about? That's a big part of it. It's like how fast you get these abilities off. I go up there and queue again. Hard push with the queue. Okay, you need to get rid of a wave without it getting hung up, because otherwise we're never going to be able to back. Go ahead and use your biscuit. Yep, keep queuing. Because once we get, like I said, once we get stuck here, we're going to reset after we get rid of this melee creep. Get rid of this melee creep and get in a bush. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Get tier. Can't afford Sheen. That's on you. Grab a longsword, grab a dagger, and let's roll. Don't shove. No point. Why shove there? Why do you think shove there?
I don't know. Kind of just did it.
I know. That's a problem. Don't just auto attack randomly. Give me a reason. All right. TF's top, so I'm hard shoving. QQ. Shove, shove. That Q better not get hung up at all. It better be an instant Q off of every fucking ability. Yeah, use your pot. Keep poking at them. They have to deal with the wave. Now this next wave, you're going to get it under. You don't have to worry about TF. You have vision down. Exactly. Stop queuing them. I mean, it's great to queue them, but I want the wave. I don't care about them. I really don't. I don't want to interact with this fucking poke lane. That's good. That exchange was great. You were autoing the whole time. You didn't break your fucking your rhythm at all. That was good. Keep doing that. Just keep autoing. Very confident. That's good. That's what I want. Use your biscuit now. Now shove the wave again. Stop trying to let go of waves. Like, get these waves on these guys. Yep. I would probably take the reset after this wave, but only if you can do it fast. Okay?
Yeah.
But you can't get... Don't get hung up. Don't dance yourself out of wave. Just fucking get it under. Now, E away after you push this. E away. Good job. That's what I want. What we're trying to do is we're making it easier on ourselves to farm, and we're not gonna get poked down. I'm also not gonna drop prio as fucking Ezreal if I can help it.
This.
Don't shove. Don't shove. It doesn't do you anything. It doesn't do anything here. You're just giving them more XP. That's what you need to learn. You're literally you're right now. Think of this as you're killing your minions on purpose. You're denying your minions. You ever heard of that in Dota? You can like last hit your own minions. That's basically what you're doing here. You're denying your own minions. Let them kill it. Let them kill the minions. Now that they're rotating, shove. Auto Q, auto Q, auto Q, auto Q, auto Q. You just go. Push hard.
I ult this or no?
No. Look for an ult on them, on the enemy team. Yep, keep shoving. I would assist ping like I want to fucking siege them. It's a big wave. There, I would actually touch the brush and I would ult them, like no meme.
Okay. Or still?
Yeah. I mean, that was great. I probably would have ducked into the brush a little sooner before doing it, but they clearly can't dodge for shit anyways, so it works. I just like touching the brush because it's a little bit more deceptive. Because it just looks like you're being weird, right?
Yeah.
It also doesn't look as intimidating if you're backing off. It looks like you can just breathe, right?
Give me the plate.
Yeah, one plate. Leave. No, you're good. E away and reset. Try not to reset until the TF hold leaves.
He's mid.
No, I meant like the vision. Yeah, go shove. Shove with Q. Shove with Q. We're not done. Assist ping the shove. You need to assist ping. That's how you communicate you want to shove. Nice cleanse. You know, I kind of hate how you walked into the bush there, but other than that, I didn't mind it. I really didn't mind it. Cleanse timing was really good.
I was thinking for vision.
No, well, there you have a word for that, my friend.
Oh, sure. Yeah, holy smokes.
Yeah. I would... yeah, that's fine. Sell the refill. It's good. That wasn't bad, though. I like the confidence. I like the confidence in the cleanse. I like that. I would rather you do some confident, goofy shit than some passive, lame shit. You know what I mean? If there's a misplay. I think your only problem was your cleanse was great. You should have just put the ward in the bush and then back down. That was how...
Flash.
Yeah, exactly. You would have kept flash.
Oh.
Camera on it.
Oh, he's dead. Fuck it. Maybe.
Goated.
Oh.
Yeah, Q. Now we just shove.
Yeah, I was
Shove like a psycho.
I wasn't looking at the wave.
No, it was clutch. Yeah, it was clutch. But remember, cool guys don't look at explosions.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, okay.
There's no point. There's no point in looking at it, right? It's already happened. Go ahead and shove. Yeah, just shove. Spam Q. Spam Q. No, no trade. No trade. We want Triforce. What the fuck is this goofy trade? Just push.
Okay.
You see how you keep bumping into these weird mistakes macro-wise? Like hitting the wave randomly, autoing randomly, autoing people randomly. Just get a reset now. Get your Triforce. Like frame it up into pieces. Like I'm getting this. How do I get this faster? Right? Because you're just delaying those moments by getting into those weird.
Yeah, I just don't even think
get
about
a pink.
what I'm doing.
Exactly. I'm trying to make you see like why did you just hit that wave?
Why am I
like
doing
what
that?
give me a reason. So like when I was telling you to shove earlier, the reason is I would rather be pushing into them than getting poked to death. Like hold tab.
Yeah,
I also know hold tab. I also know that Graves isn't like he isn't playing towards us. He keeps going to top. So I know that you just shove. And as long as you don't get too low, TF can't kill you because you had cleanse. Right? So I knew all these things going into it.
It's no fun.
Now let's go ahead and just keep queuing. Queue the wave. And don't be afraid to queue. You'll be all right. You're unlocking E. You're fine. If you have to ult them, you could clear this wave. And then what I like to do, there's no way you're getting dove. Spam your Q. Spam your Q. Come on. Spam that shit. You have fucking Triforce, dude. Spam your fucking Q. God damn. Spam the Q. I don't care if you miss. Touch the brush, maybe? I would touch the brush and ult Zaya. Yep, I would ult. There you go, Q, right away. Just keep fighting for that push. I don't want to give it away. Why do we have to E? This guy's gonna stun the shit out of you. What? Careful. Spam Q. Like, I want you to realize, like, you're playing like you don't know what Zeref does. Like, step into that shit and fucking spam Q. I walk up. We're gonna shove. Yep. Q. Go. Because we don't want to have that NAEUS win rate. We want the Korean win rate, and this is how you do that. I would go for the plate. Go for the plate. Graves can kind of flank you. Throw a ward just into the lane above you, like the little lane above you. That's fine. Back away. See? Yeah, back away. Take a plate. Now spam Q again. We're not afraid of Graves. He has no CC, so just spam Q. You have cleanse. We're not afraid of TF either. He just ulted. Remember?
Yep.
So now just Q this. Now normally what I would do here is since your team, well, okay, your team is coming down to us, so just go ahead and hit tower. It's fine. Go for poke from time to time. You've got big damage with Triforce. Go for some Q poke.
Damn.
You're okay. Good. Now shove the wave again. Kite back with your Q. Touch the brush and ult at Zaya. You know where she is. Just ult at her. That's good. Now shove with Q.
You backed? Oh, I hit her.
I'd take tower. No reason not to. Yeah, no reason not to.
Yeah, she's just backed up.
I would go and clear the next wave. And then take the reset after. Back away. Just take the reset. Okay. Lucidity boots.
I have it.
I'm thinking right now. I think I would just go Mana Moon. Caulfield's good. Yeah.
Can I sell the pink for another sword?
No. You can get Caulfield right now. Yeah. Sell the pink for another sword. What do you mean?
Oh, I didn't realize how much gold I
had. Yeah, got it. I would go to red right now and ping on the way and take it. Ping your items and stuff like that. You're just communicating. I want red because I'm big. That's what you're trying to say with pings, okay?
Yep.
Kite down to mid. Why are we standing on it? Kite to mid. You're Ezreal, dude. There you go. I have to get on ADCs all the time for not kiting through camps. Like, you've got to kite. Don't just stand there. Surefire way to tell if someone's a bad ADC is if they don't kite jungle camps. Remember that.
Well, he surrendered.
Well, Short session.
That was not what I was expecting.
That's okay though, because what I'm gonna still go over. I'm gonna talk you through some of the strategy on Ezreal so you can be more confident. Okay. I think you got a really good starting point for like what I want from lane Ezreal. We don't have time for another game, but I'm not gonna leave you hanging. I'm gonna go over the VOD for a little bit and just show you a couple things to think about so that you can emulate these things. And start thinking the way that I'm thinking about the game. Okay, because there's you started to get the hang of the pattern, but it took a lot of goading to get you there.
Yeah.
Right? And what do you think the pattern is to the best of your knowledge?
Mostly just thinking about why I'm pushing a wave. That's a big thing.
Okay.
And then I would like item spikes poking. Well,
one of the things you said, it was interesting when I asked, like, why are you hitting the wave? You basically said, I don't know, right? Which I think that's good that you were honest and you didn't just give me a bullshit answer. You hit the wave for no reason. Stop doing that.
Okay. Yep.
So start there, right? Because you're not going to know. It's just like I didn't know when I started. So the idea, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of walk you through my logic on why I'm doing what I'm doing with Ezreal. So remember what I said going into this, that Ezreal is one of the safest ADCs in the game. He also has the luxury of being able to manipulate waves better than most if you're confident about it. In my opinion, I think this is one of the biggest reasons that this win rate disparity exists. I don't know if Koreans are doing this naturally because of just their nature or what, but I suspect that wave manipulation has a lot to do with Ezreal. Confidence has a lot to do with Ezreal. And I from what I've seen, Koreans are very confident in their gameplay in solo queue. So it would stand to reason that their results reflect that, right? Whereas what I see oftentimes on NA, and sorry, no offense, you're not there yet, but you're doing similar things. You're not really pushing the wave. You're doing arbitrary poke, what I call pointless poke. Poke that doesn't mean anything. Remember that the way that your passive works is every time you Q,
attack speed.
You get the attack speed.
So just Q the wave more and more attack speed, you hit the wave faster type of deal?
Yes, because if you're trying to Q champions, you can't guarantee me you're going to get the attack speed. Is the problem. So there's a reliability here that's involved with it where it's like, well, if I want to shove,
guaranteed attack speed.
Guaranteed shove.
Yep.
So what's winding up happening? So what's winding up happening is you keep going for poke on champions, and I'm like, oh brother, he's gonna drop his attack speed. Plus, I would rather you just.
I didn't even think about. Okay, yeah.
I would rather you, because yes, if you go for the champion, that means you're gonna drop the attack speed if you miss.
I miss, yeah.
But if you go for the minion, unless you've got your eyes closed, you're hitting the wave.
Right, yeah.
So my logic then becomes, okay, how can I get Ezreal to my mid game as reliably as possible? Since you have cleanse, and since the enemy champions have no engage, and since they're just poking at us, why would I let them push into me?
Yeah.
So the idea is that you're making strong, confident pushes, and there was a couple hangups that was happening with you. For one, you kept backing up with when Xerath would threaten poke. I don't give a fuck if he pokes.
Okay.
I want to try to step into that poke and auto and dodge and auto and dodge and auto and dodge, because what I want is I don't mind taking a little bit of poke damage because they're never going to be able to engage anyways.
Yeah.
However, if you get so low because you're so shy and the enemy team grabs the push on us, well, now we're just kind of standing there with our dick in our hands. We can't really do anything.
Right.
Our hand on our cooch for the female viewers, right? So I don't really... I want you to see, like, my logic is, you see how you go for that auto there? It's kind of a pointless auto if we're trying to shove.
And I lose health for it too.
Yeah. The idea is that the only way you're going to get a back timing, and I want you to see this play out, the only way you're getting a back timing is if you confidently shove.
Yeah.
So see, you took damage, and you got poked down a little bit. That happens. But I'm trying to develop, or I'm trying to get you to develop that confidence. Like, hey, it's okay to just push in sometimes, right? I also knew that Graves was pathing top, and whatever happened, top happened. And I'm not too worried about Graves at this time. So once TF showed that he went to top side, I just said, hey, just keep the waves moving, because if they're not managing the waves, look at what happens. And guess who gets to access the minions right as they come off a tower? We do, because they can't push. They can't push off. See how you went for that poke there? Watch that again. It's pointless poke.
Yeah, it's not doing anything.
Doesn't do anything. What does something for me is if we hard shove the wave, we have access to dragon, we have access to level 6 first, we're drawing a gank, we see the gank coming, so we don't care. TF has no ult. We want them to gank us. We're saying, go ahead, Graves, try it.
Soak up the pressure.
Yeah, try it. Go ahead. Because once you Q, if you Q that minion and start autoing right there, and like players like Xerath, like Xayah, these guys can't move forward. So leverage that, because I would rather you just do that than be stuck here. Because if you had played passively, that means you're going to give them this. You're going to give them all vision. And then you're going to give Graves the opportunity to go into these bushes and do all sorts of shit. I would rather just be right up in their face and saying, you can't kill me even if you wanted. Okay. Right? That's what I'm trying to create.
I was saying, I guess I need to be better about realizing what champions they have and what they actually do.
Yes. Try to come up with an excuse.
Yeah. Last game, it was like, don't push because it's against me, which makes total sense because he's going to ult behind, we're going to die. This game, it's like, well, why would I want it pushed into me if they have...
Well, I'm facing poke. I'm facing poke. Yeah. And I'm giving away, like... I'm giving away farm. I feel like, yeah, you can farm under tower, but farming under tower with Xerath poking at you, I would literally rather fight the poke here. That's why I'm trying to get you to... That's why I'm trying to get you to step into the poke and not be cowardly about it. Because, dude, you better do it here than do it here. Because if I'm trying to farm in this position, I'd literally rather hang myself.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, is that track in there?
No, yeah, I get it. Yep.
So that's why you notice.
You'd rather go down in the middle of the lane rather than
I would rather in here than into my tower.
Yeah.
So that's my logic.
I didn't even think about the Q auto attack speed too for the waves. I didn't even,
Would this strategy change if you had a gauge support on your side? So that's a good question. Generally, no, not really, because it's not like our support's really helping us push lanes anyways. Most supports are pretty terrified of touching the wave for fear of tilting their ADC. So it wouldn't really change. What you could do though instead is you could mind game a bit differently. So that's actually a good question. Generally, I don't respond to chat during coachings because most of the questions are kind of brain dead, no offense. But here... Here, if I push, so say if I push this, right? So I get rid of this wave and we push in. So what we're doing here is we're actually holding it right in front of tower and we're saying, nah, you can't engage even if you wanted to. Haha, you can't come here. And we're just queuing, Q. Now, if we shove the wave in this situation and we just wipe this wave off, pretend it doesn't exist, we go back here and then we do one of these. We play like we're Garen. We assist ping our support. If we have that engaged support, we just play this push now. We earned all this control anyways because we pushed here, right? We earned all of this. This is all our ground, right? This is our team, right? So now they can't cross the line. If they go out, they have to ward this in order to see. They have to ward this in order to see. This is how you would leverage engaged supports instead of just hitting the tower mindlessly and pushing mindlessly.
Push up to a bush
so that you can get value out of your support. That's exactly what I do as Ezreal. I literally just go, okay, do I have a poke support? Keep him under tower. Do I have an engage support? If I'm in a situation where I have to hold tower, yeah, we're gonna have to farm under tower and be depressed, but at least our champion allows us to do that safely.
Yeah.
This is why Ezreal's OP in the hands of somebody who knows what they're doing.
Got it.
That's why the high elo players, like the super high elo players, always go back to Ezreal on ADC. Is because we know that no matter what you throw at us down in this role, we're going to be able to navigate it. I mean, some people just play Ezreal because he's flashy and they suck at him, henceforth the win rates that you saw. But there's also just this reality that, like, yes, if you have good macro, you see there's a lot to Ezreal. Right? Like, there's a lot of shit going on here, especially the move, like I say, duck behind the fog of war and ult and stuff like that. Lots of stuff you can leverage. Lots of options.
I think there's a couple more games too, because I don't even think I have like 30 games on Ezreal yet.
Yeah, your mid game is really going to be the mark of a good Ezreal player. Just remember what I was saying about your Q. Like, and this was what I was going to say. These situations, when you have your ult, just jump in the brush and fire and try to hit 2 people and then go right back to sieging. Just damage, keep them. Well, this is especially good when they don't have sustain like this.
Okay.
That's why when I see it's a comp with no sustain, you're gonna see me do this a lot of my replays.
Okay.
I might even go up here and do it. The reason why is because I'm just thinking
where you seem to be out of vision.
I could just go here. I do it from all sorts of angles. If they're lined up, so that's why I said touch the brush, shoot here. Odds are your ult hits 2.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm trying to think here. And so you're just trying to keep that heat on them because it's
sweat a little bit.
Well, you know, A good way to think about it is I like to just hit opponent with Ezreal. When you have somebody on the back foot, the best way to play him is to just hit enemies with just a flurry of shit, because they won't ever feel confident in stepping in. They'll start playing too much dodgeball instead of ever making a stand, and that's kind of what happens here.
Dodgeball sometimes too.
Yeah. It's like instead of making a stand, you just keep, like when you touch the brush and ult them. That was actually pretty clean little combo there. But I would have preferred it from the brush.
Sure, yeah.
Because it's less obvious. But you should have already touched the brush before that wave hit.
It already
anyways.
should have happened already.
Yeah. So I'm nitpicking you, but it was a clean little follow up with EQ. But the idea here is the same. You eat away, realize he wasn't there, so we just start pushing. Cleanse was pretty good. This was the part where I was. Yeah. So the cleanse was great. It was very responsive. If you had just moved down, warded, and just queued, I think it would have been like pro level play. Like if you stepped like this, you see my mouse?
Yeah.
And just warded and then queued and fade this way,
back.
it would have been perfect. Yeah, it would have been perfect movement.
Yeah.
Face checking it is just pure arrogance, I think.
I was just like, oh shit, no vision, gotta get my W auto off, and then yeah, I'm glad I didn't get hit by like die to zero.
I was wondering where the fucking feathers were, but they didn't pull back. I don't know if they were already used. Oh, I guess you cleansed it, so yeah, they weren't used.
Yeah.
And then you hit a monster ult.
Oh, mid. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I got the TF ult. I forgot about that.
That was a good ult.
I was scared because I wasn't looking and I was just in the middle of the wave. And I
Yeah.
like, oh,
remember what I said? Cool guys don't look at explosions. Yeah.
Just walk away.
Yeah, you just shoot that shit and focus on your next thing.
Holy shit, that's
also the mark of a good player. Good player. I know when I watch a VOD. Remember, I give Tobias Fate a lot of flack because he I give him a lot of flack. But I remember when he was like blowing up real big. It was like the one because all of my coaching is built off the back of things I've seen and like parts of players' games that I've really loved and like all this different stuff. One thing I'll give Tobias Fate for is he's a big reason why I try to tell people that now is to not look too long. Like I'll look at it on streams and stuff for content because I know it makes for, it is what it is. But like I watched a stream one day and he was just like, what's a good example? He was like, imagine he's Gangplank here. He literally was just like, and I was just like, huh. Like he looked, ulted and went like that and like brought his camera back. And I was just like, that's optimal. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you should do.
It's not like you can move.
It's like that's obvious. And for that point, I'd been playing for years, and I realized it's like, dude, you've been playing this game for so long. Like, why the fuck are you even looking at that goddamn ult? You don't care if it hits,
right? Yeah,
it happened. It happened.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell clients now, like, it's okay sometimes to look, but when you are gonna take damage because you looked. You really should just fling and look away.
Right.
Unless it's like an Ash arrow and you're about to follow up or something. So let's talk about this grave stuff. So you're walking up here and you don't really know what TF might be thinking. Well, he didn't have ult, but like you don't want to give Graves an angle on you to like hug this wall. So you just
bottom wall,
you just need to put a ward here.
Oh, right there.
So you can see all this
for the bush ward.
Yeah, because if he has an angle on you, he might kill you. I don't know what he has yet. I don't know what his capabilities are. I don't know if he has flash right now. So you're real deep. You see this? He could have angled you pretty hard.
I do that a lot as Ezreal too. I'll walk up to queue the wave to get more W, like get my W up faster. But I've died a lot to that shit too.
Yeah. And then we skipped the
improvements. Or sorry.
So the big no, you're good. So the big improvements right now is, like I said, making sure that your wave manipulation makes sense based on the information that you see. So come up with fake it, right? So if I give you random champions, let me give you like a example here real quick. This is what I'm saying. So let's say, enemy team has Singed mid, J4 jungle, Blitzcrank support, a Shen top, and a we'll say a Caitlyn ADC.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, what's our strategy here?
Let me think.
And our support is a, we'll say we have Soraka.
Okay. Well, I would assume we kind of want to have the lane push to us.
Yeah. So that would be an example of like, you know, you chill in the early, don't do anything stupid. Take the abuse, take the abuse for a little bit. And then we'll add something to the mix. We'll add like a Rammus. So like, yeah, that would be like a perfect example of like a, just wait, dude, just wait.
Yeah.
Don't get out of line here. Caitlyn's probably going to push into you. And even if you did manage to get the shove early, Jarvan's going to cheese the fuck out of you like 9 times out of 10. So there's no point in really, yeah, it's like, well, Shen ult won't come till 6, but either way, like sure. I'm more concerned with, you know, why would we push into this? You see what I'm saying? Now, once you get some items, it's a Jarvan, so or your Ezreal, so you can E out of a lot of stuff.
Right, just queue him and
Yeah. At that point, when you have the Soraka scaled up a little bit more, or, you know, after you try to bait for a Rammus gank, right? Early, you wait and see if they overpush, you push into a Rammus. Your Soraka scales up. Now you start switching into that mode of like, I'm just going to fucking push, right? And start shoving because I know I can get away with it based on where the Singe goes. Do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like you got to give your opponents credit for stuff before you see it happen.
Okay, yeah.
So in the example of the Xayah example, right? I know that Graves isn't doing shit. His gank isn't that scary because he has no CC. There's nothing he can do. So
did you think they land Xerath's stun pretty much?
Yeah, so as long as you're pushing waves, Xerath can't do anything with the stun. Right? Because the wave goes under, and then Xerath's just like, well, I have to fucking E onto this guy, or I have to flash E, which is, Ezreal's just going to E if he sees it. So I'm just taking what I know about the compositions, and then I'm structuring that Ezreal gameplay.
I definitely get better at that, like looking at enemy comp, my comp, and seeing what needs to happen. And then I just go into it and I just mindlessly farm and like
exactly. So think, am I hard shoving here? And then the other thing that you need to think about is when the wave's on our side, so that would be offense, right? Deny creeps. So because you were pushing and I was like, why are you pushing? Like, well, I don't know. Like, and in my head, I'm saying it to you. It's like, okay, well, if you hit those minions, that, you know, there might be a reason. Maybe you want to dive right away. Maybe you want to rotate to dragon. That's why I asked. I knew you didn't have an answer. And the biggest thing is you're thinking there, well, if I push, I'm literally just giving them more XP than if I wait, because if I slow push, the wave's going to be safe. I'm going to be safer longer, and they're going to lose more CS, and my wave is going to be bigger when I do push. So they're not going to want to stand their ground. So you're basically, it's like 3 strikes, right? Like there's no reason that you should be hitting those creeps, because you're not protecting yourself. You're not putting yourself further ahead. And if the gank comes, then you're definitely weaker, because now this is tiny ass wave, and your jungler wasn't even near on your side, I don't think, in that moment. Now, you would ask, well, NEACE, when would I push the wave? Well, there you go. A more creative player would say, haha, my jungler's down here, and if I assist ping him and shove like an idiot, then we could set up a bait. That would be like challenger level macro. When you're choosing to opt into that situation because you know that you can leverage people's tendencies. Yes. It's like, any idiotic ADC would just mindlessly hit. I'm gonna pretend, I'm gonna cosplay as that idiotic ADC here, and I'm gonna ping my jungler and my mid to start rotating down, assist ping them, and see if they ping me back. And then if they ping me back, I just start hitting the creeps.
I guess just get better seeing the plays.
Try to
why even I'm even doing it to me.
Yes, make yourself like end a game and be like, did I just like randomly like look it back over? Be like, did I randomly just fucking hit that creep for no reason? Like,
I never looked at VODs. Do you recommend that?
I mean, you should at least ask yourself in losses, like, what was I doing with the wave here, right? Like, why, you know, what gank is this? Is this a standard gank? Did I get cheesed? Is this a standard roam? Could I anticipated it? Would NEACE have had me just fucking hard shove here? Right? Like,
what would
you just have me?
Okay,
what wouldn't he? Yeah, great. That's what I need for my narcissism. But yeah, good session, man. I like that you switched over the Ezreal. I'm glad that you got a break before we got to do the coaching, because I think this made it more productive.
Yeah, Yeah, it was.
Cool.
Yep, I appreciate you. Thank you. It was really good information.
Yeah. Shoot me a message in a few weeks. I'm really passionate about Ezreal, as you can tell. Is one of the champions that I'd like to think I'm pretty good with. If you know, in a couple weeks, if you have any questions about it,
I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you my.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you a link.
Yeah, it looks like I said, the confidence and like the cleanse and everything. I like that. Let's just clean up some of these macro concepts. Really start trying to apply them. Don't just go through the motions. They really are the most. Yeah, they really are the most important concepts for this role right now. That's why ADCs that were in Diamond and Plat or not Plat, Diamond and Master like years ago are like struggling now. They're like, oh, I was Diamond once and now I can't even beat Plat. It's like, this is why.